Alright guys, welcome to the video. Right now we're going to just go over the lake. This is Elkhead Reservoir, located just outside of Craig, Colorado. We're going to take off from that boat ramp and start heading north. And we're really going to be fishing the first day. So up in this northern region, we're going to be for practicing day 1. Day 2, we're going to still fish that and push a little bit further south, finding some less obvious targets. You'll see this beach area here, kind of mid-lake. That is where there's a bunch of stick-up trees and deeper water there. And then if you continue south from there, day 3 of practice, I just wanted to kind of fish the rest of the lake. So that's where your dam is. So you got a lot more rocks and stuff there, typical dam stuff, deeper water. This is where you're going to launch if you got a boat or a trailer. This is the main ramp on the southwest side. There's 2 other launches midway up the lake, one on the west. This is it here. This one from the gate, you'll see the sand is a little bit deeper, a little harder to get into. And there's actually more parking on the east side as well, which you'll see. So when you get to the east side, it's going to start to look like the sand right here, where it's a little more compact. It's a lot easier to get down. And there's the imagery of that. All right, so going for the tournament, we got 2 days. We got the bass tournament all day Saturday, and then multi-species, bass and pike on Sunday. Let's get into practice. There's one. Damn it, that might be a pike. It's a pike. They're in here. Okay, on a drop shot. Nope. Oh, this kayak is about to smell bad. We're not doing that today. I would usually not use pliers right here, but I'm about 1.5 miles from the boat ramp and I'm the only one on the lake right now, so let's not get ourselves chewed up by this guy. But we'll just get a quick rough measurement on you. You're 22.5 inches. Okay, there it is, boys. That's what we're looking for. A couple of these. Yeah, guys, if you're looking at a good way to label the waypoints, I just caught a pike. That's a DS, it's drop shot, pike, PK, 23.5 inches, or in the kayak world, matters to us. And then when I go in here, my symbol, I'll put a 3 there, because that's one that I would come back for. And then I'd use like 1 through 4, so I can see my 3 here. And then when I go back to my map, there you go, it shows up as a 3. So there you go. All right, so that's good. Let's get out of here. All right, we are going to stay with the drop shot, and you're going to see a lot of trees that I'm just kind of targeting individually out here. Those are healthy. All right, drop shot in there. 15.25. There we go. I don't want to catch many more in there, but largemouth in the trees on a drop shot. Come on, stay up. no problem. catching pike here. Oh, they tagged this. It's got a tag on it. 22. That's what we need more of. Golly. Pike. Smaller one. Probably 17. I'm gonna try a steel eater and see if I can still get bit. Could be. I don't know how this is gonna work. If it does, cool. Oh, that kind of sucks. Limited on your cast. All right, so I ended up moving. I fished quite a bit more, just some of those trees and some Roman water. Decided to fish shallow here. And when I say shallow, this is like 6 inches of water that I'm casting into. It's super stained and I'm in about 2 foot. So I decided to try this along the shore. It's really just a couple stretches of trees over here. All right, well, I guess I take that back. Okay. Ooh, that's a chunk, dude. 14 and a half. Largemouth. There. We got 2 bass so far. I need 3 bass and 2 pike. I got my pike. There we go. What we got? Oh, he got off. Gave him slack. All right, well, we got bit through here earlier. White chatterbait. I'm gonna try black and blue now. See if I get some bites. Now I'm gonna go back to the trees. I think these trees are more loaded than anything else, and not the ones on the bank, the offshore stuff, which I really love. So there's pike, there's bass, and there's crappie all in there. So that's a good day. Well, there's one. That didn't take long. Oh no, you go away. Nope. I'll work this outer edge a little bit. Work in there though. I'm still only in 2 foot of water, so. What we got? It's a pike. No, that's a good bass. Spot lock. All right. Well, that's cool. They're not that big, but damn, they are strong. They've all been super healthy. This might be my ace spot for bass. Almost good enough to make me want to weigh it, but I think it's only like 16 still. Not even say, yeah, it's 16. Good one. Golly. If you get into a 23 here, that's probably an 8-pounder. They are fat. And this spot's obviously going to be a pretty popular spot. You know, like, why would you not fish this? This is like one of 2 places I found trees sticking out of water that look good. So I think it might get picked apart pretty decently, but we'll see. All right, so was it more aggressive? I think he held on to it a little better. Retie after that. What we got? Oh, get out of here. One's going to work for you as well. There is a bigger one in there. Space. All right, so I just trolled a jackhammer for a little bit, and I got drilled. So I think I missed one and I got hit again. So I think I had a good one on at first. So I'm going to kind of pick this little area apart just a little bit more. Okay, so by this point, we fished some trees, we fished the bank, and fished some roamers, and I think this was my first or second cast at this tree, and then it kind of turned on from here. So I pretty much knew I could catch bass and pike inside of the trees, and you'll see coming up here, there are a lot of crappie that I caught outside of the trees with some roaming pike. But most of the bass were tucked in the trees, even the ones that were shallow. But this seemed like it was the ticket. 37. Oh man, Nico floating through the trees. So that's a dice bass. God, they're healthy. They're only like 14 inches, but they're healthy. Yeah, 14. All right, so these fish are kind of just suspended, and I can show you they're only like 2 feet down off the top of off 2 feet from the surface. So anyways, I'm gonna see if I can catch another one that way, and if I can, then I'm probably gonna end up Nico rigging these guys. Yep. Oh. All right, so let's talk a couple things about kind of practice strategy here. So we found where the fish are. That's the first thing. But the second thing, heard me talk about it a couple times now, is I'm kind of trying to predict what are the most obvious spots that people are going to fish at. The stuff that's along the bank with your laydowns, guys are going to go to that instantly. These trees that are sticking up out of water, they're definitely going to be somewhere people go. So for me, now I'm trying to figure out, okay, if this spot's open, where's my high percentage spots to go? I'm building my A, B, and C spots. So A is like my first, B would be second, and so on. And then is there enough room for multiple anglers? If I get to a launch, you know, and there's 3 of us there, maybe I can fish an area where there's 8 of us there. I definitely can't. Another thing that was really important this week was that the water was dropping every day. So those shallow trees that I was hitting with the chatterbait, those are potentially in like an inch of water by the time the tournament started, making them out of play. That's back to back to back. It's Wednesday, so I'm okay catching them.
here, especially like, hey, if you can get a limit here real quick, then that's cool. But yeah, we're on to something here. This is probably another 14. Yeah, 14.25. All right, so crappie. Oh, he down that thing. God, I wish we were doing a couple crappie this tournament. Billion crappie in here. You peed on me. All right. The trees are holding bass. Oh, Lord. That's like an okay one. Everyone's going to troll. And my thing is, I want to do this with no trolling. I think that'd be so cool. Oh, no. He's 20. People are going to let shit sink too much. Oh, nope, he got it. That's a pike. Oh, man. All right, let me see then. I got this guy tied on with a freeloader. Let's see if they'll eat it like that. Yeah, they will. You ain't going nowhere, brother. Oh, you're a bass? On a leader? Okay. God, this is weird. This is so weird. He's got something down his throat. I gotta get a weight on this dude because he's only, what, 15? There we go. It's cleared out. All right, you're a 14.5-inch bass and you weigh 1 pound, 15 ounces. Get out of here. All right, let's get going today. Day 2 of practice. How's the drive? Go. God, belly on it. These fish are so healthy. It's like a 20-inch pike or so. got that away from him. Those are some teeth, guys. All right. So what we're looking at here is, you guys can see this tree here. So there are some smaller dots in there. And then at the very base of the tree, I'm finding some bigger ones. So if I pan around a little bit, you can see the base of the tree has the brunt of it. If you pan around, you can see where the majority of the fish are located and get yourself set up right, but hopefully that makes that clear as mud. Okay guys, so I'm editing the video right here for practice, finishing it up, and I didn't shoot my final day of practice, and really going off of where we are in the video, all I was going to do is basically go to every single tree or brush pile that I found in the lake and just start throwing a drop shot in it. It's really the only consistent thing I had. Bass, crappie, pike were all in there, so that was the plan. Last day of pre-fishing, kind of learned from some of the mistakes I've made in the past this season of not leaving a part of the lake open to mystery, of letting someone else win it there and you didn't pre-fish it. This lake's small enough. I had the time to pre-fish up by the dam. I didn't think it'd be very good because it was so dirty, that water, and every day it was dropping more and more. Actually ended up playing out pretty well for me here. So I'll show a couple of catches that I ended up having that day of practice. It was really good. Started out by the dam, had a couple blow-ups on a buzz bait. Nothing really, I think 1 out of like 10 connected. Then I got a really nice smallmouth at the dam.
What do we got? Damn, son.
Oh my gosh.
Holy shit.
Gorgeous, dude. And then I started catching pike.
Oh, dude.
Left and right. So, I mean, good pike. I think I caught 3 pike that were all over 30 inches, pretty much back to back. So I knew the pike tournament, I was going to go to the dam, but I only really had that one smallmouth that was really nice, and I had the consistency with the bass with more of the brush piles. So I decided on tournament day, you'll see on bass, I went back to the far end where I was catching them on day 1 of practice, and day 2 really, and then day 3 of practice is where I fished for the multi, which was really it ended up just being basically a pike tournament, because it was, you could just submit 6 fish, bass, pike, a combination of, and obviously the pike are way bigger than bass, so that's what I went for. We ended up taking some hardware here, so stay tuned. The next videos out will be the bass video first, and then the multi video.
All right, guys, and if you tuned in this long, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the tournaments coming up next.